The recent NFL buzz surrounding a supposed blockbuster trade involving the Dallas Cowboys shipping Dak Prescott to the Cleveland Browns in exchange for rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders has taken the football world by storm, despite being rooted more in speculation and sensationalism than actual front office negotiations. Still, it's easy to see why such a story gains traction. The narrative has all the elements that ignite viral discussion: star quarterbacks, family legacies, two teams with historically turbulent quarterback situations, and fan bases that are always hungry for the next big headline. The mere suggestion of the Cowboys moving on from Dak Prescott, their longtime starter and locker room leader, would be enough to raise eyebrows across the league. Add in the idea of acquiring Shedeur Sanders, the highly publicized son of Deion coach Prime Sanders, and you've got a rumor potent enough to light up every NFL subreddit, YouTube comment section, and sports debate show in existence. But before diving headfirst into the rabbit hole of social media-driven fantasy football, it's important to step back and analyze the legitimacy, or rather the lack thereof, behind this hypothetical deal. Dak Prescott, since taking the reins in Dallas in 2016, has been one of the most scrutinized quarterbacks in the NFL. Whether you love him or think the Cowboys need to move on, his stats and leadership are undeniable. He's led the team through playoff runs, has the full trust of the Jones family, and just came off a season where his efficiency and command were among the best in the league. More importantly, he is currently playing under one of the most financially restrictive contracts in football. His 4-year, $160 million extension, which includes massive cap hits and a no-trade clause, makes it logistically improbable for any team, even one as quarterback desperate as the Browns once were, to absorb his contract without significant financial juggling. As it stands, trading Dak would result in a colossal dead cap hit, somewhere north of $60-90 million depending on when it's triggered. The Cowboys have built much of their offensive identity around Prescott, and even if there were whispers of a potential post-Dak future, it's not likely to begin with swapping him for a fifth-round rookie with 0 NFL snaps. On the other end of the rumor is Shedeur Sanders, who has his own compelling story. After transferring to Colorado to play under his father, Deion Sanders, Shedeur generated enormous media attention, showcasing elite arm talent, poise under pressure, and a genuine leadership quality that had analysts split on whether he was a day-one draft pick or more of a developmental prospect. Eventually, he fell to the 5th round in the 2025 NFL Draft, landing with the Cleveland Browns, a team that already has a complicated quarterback depth chart including veterans like Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, and Dorian Thompson-Robinson. The Browns used draft capital to secure Shedeur and have spoken positively about grooming him slowly into their system. He's a rookie, carrying a standard rookie contract nothing close to what Dak commands. That stark contrast in salary, experience, and expected timeline makes the rumor laughable in real football terms. It's one thing to speculate about swapping players with similar value. It's another to suggest trading an established NFL starter for an unproven fifth-round rookie as a one-to-one swap. What fans often forget in moments like this is the role of media narratives and the echo chamber effect of social media. All it takes is one tweet, one fan podcast, or one sports talk segment to ignite a wildfire. The alleged trade rumor seems to have originated from Cleveland radio chatter, specifically, a sports personality tossing out an opinion rather than reporting a scoop. Within hours, that what-if scenario was screenshotted, retweeted, turned into TikTok clips, and paraded across NFL forums as if it were confirmed. That kind of rapid digital word of mouth magnifies even the most implausible claims into perceived realities. NFL insiders, however, were quick to squash the speculation. Analysts close to the Cowboys and Browns organizations swiftly denied the possibility of any such deal being in the works. Several NFL reporters with deep front office connections said there have been 0 trade talks between the two teams involving quarterbacks. One source called it absolutely not true, while another suggested it would be the most fiscally irresponsible decision either team could make. These aren't just soft denials, they're hardline statements that align with what any cap analyst or GM would tell you. It's not just unlikely, it's structurally impossible under the current league financial framework. That being said, why does a story like this stick? It sticks because the Cowboys, for all their storied history, are always seen as a soap opera. Every move, every press conference, and every offseason rumor is amplified because of their brand. They're America's team, and with that comes America's spotlight. When a team like the Browns, still looking for consistent QB success after a revolving door of starters over the past 2 decades, makes a flashy draft pick like Shedeur, who has name recognition far exceeding his draft position, it's easy for people to connect dots that don't exist. There's also the magnetic pull of Deion Sanders himself. Coach Prime is no stranger to media attention, and while he's made it clear he supports his sons as players first and foremost, any association with him brings intrigue, tension, and potential headlines. So when people hear Shedeur Sanders and Dallas Cowboys in the same sentence, the gears start turning, whether it's based in fact or not. Then there's the psychology of fan fatigue. Some Cowboys fans are genuinely weary of falling short in the postseason and are eager for change. When rumors swirl about a bold new future, even if it's a complete fabrication, there's an instinctive pull to believe it because change is appealing when stuck in a cycle of almost. Similarly, Browns fans, still skeptical about Deshaun Watson's durability and leadership, might feel better believing there's a backup plan involving a promising young quarterback, even if it means giving up that promise for a win-now option like Dak. Fantasy trades satisfy the part of the fan brain that wants quick fixes and satisfying swaps, even when actual team building requires patience, pragmatism, and contractual realism. There's also the mistaken assumption that teams will trade for players just because they're available. Dak isn't on the trade block, and the Cowboys haven't shown even a glimmer of movement in that direction. Head coach Mike McCarthy, despite his recent playoff failures, has consistently backed Dak as our guy. Unless there's a catastrophic season or public falling out, there's no football or business reason to upend that foundation. Meanwhile, Shedeur Sanders is a developmental QB. The Browns aren't looking to flip him for a high-priced veteran, they're looking to mold him. He offers them a potential long-term solution without the financial or PR baggage they've dealt with in the past. Plus, Shedeur being in Cleveland allows Deion to watch from a distance while still cheering from the sidelines without disrupting his coaching focus at Colorado. All these points, financial, contractual, strategic, emotional, highlight the absurdity of the rumor. And yet, it persists. It's a reminder of how quickly sports media can spiral from commentary into canon. That's why it's so important for fans to develop media literacy and critical thinking when it comes to these stories. When you hear that a team is making a trade, ask, who's reporting it? Is there cap space? Do the players have no trade clauses? Does it align with the team's public statements and long-term plans? In the case of Prescott for Shedeur, every single one of those questions leads to a dead end. There's no basis in reality beyond fan frustration and media mischief. So, will the Cowboys trade Dak Prescott? Not likely. Will the Browns give up Shedeur before he's even played a snap? Absolutely not. Will rumors like this continue to pop up and go viral? Without question. That's the nature of today's sports landscape. Instant speculation spreads faster than deliberate analysis. But in the end, real football decisions aren't made on Twitter. They're made in front offices, with spreadsheets, scouting reports, medical records, and contracts in hand, not fantasy trade generators. As fans, it's fun to imagine. But it's also our responsibility to separate the fiction from the field. And in this case, the field says, Prescott stays in Dallas, Shedeur stays in Cleveland, and the only thing blockbuster about this rumor is how explosively wrong it is.